Marathon Plus 101. So, this is where it all started. Just over 100 videos ago, and about 2 years ago, we thought we'd show you how to install a Marathon Plus onto a Brompton wheel. But we were too scared to show our faces and to talk. So we thought we'd redo it to try and explain how easy it is when you know how. Simple. For this summer, I've been riding with a Schwalbe One tan tyre because I think it's pretty. But as part of my autumn upgrade, I'm going to install a Marathon Plus because I really don't want a puncture on my way into work. The advantage of these tyres is they're really easy to take on and off. So now I need my new Marathon Plus, a new inner tube, and then I'm going to install it. Before I install my new tyre and inner tube, I'm just going to have a look at the rim tape and make sure it's not damaged and it's seated correctly. I will need a Marathon Plus which has been warmed up in the sun. I will also need an inner tube. Yay! To make it easier to fit, I have warmed the tyre up in the sun. In the winter, a radiator works quite well. Sometimes they may appear slightly deformed. That's because they're shipped from the factory in batches of 5 like this, and they're tied up with raffia. The raffia is quite good for my tomatoes. To make it as easy as possible, I've chosen a nice thin inner tube, which is an AV4. Now I'm going to unroll it and pop a little bit of air in it to make it round. This stops it getting twisted as you install it. One new Marathon Plus. I'm going to put the inner tube into the tyre and I'm going to line the valve up to the middle of the writing that says Marathon Plus. This makes it look professional, and it is easier to find the valve when you want to pump up your tyres. Now I've popped my inner tube into my tyre, I'm just going to check that it's not twisted. Because I'm installing my tyre onto my front dynamo wheel, I'm going to make sure that the rotation of the wheel and the tyre are the same. It's going that way, and that's going that way. So he wants to go on like this. We're going to pop the valve into the valve hole. I'm going to get the tyre to straddle the wheel. So neither side of the tyre is on the wheel. Because I don't want to lose my valve inside my tyre, I'm just going to put the rim nut on loosely. I'm just going to pop the first side of the tyre onto the wheel, starting from the valve side. It's easier if you push the valve up. Side one. I'm going to turn the wheel over. We're going to start from the valve side. And just pop as much of the tyre on that I can get on. I'm going to pop the valve back up because it gives us a bit more space. So, when it's starting to get a little bit tricky, we're going to push the side of the tyre into the middle of the well of the wheel. When I have side one in the well, this means I have lots of spare space. This is the rim. When the tyre is installed, it sits on the shoulder here. But the thing is, The tyre bead is a smaller circumference than the outside of the rim. But the well of the wheel is smaller, so we can get the bead into the well and then install the tyre. This is perfectly unseated. Here you can see it's seated. When you squish it, you can actually feel it fall off the shoulder. This will help you get the tyre on. Simple. It's all about the preparation and making sure the tyre isn't seated. So then it's actually quite simple just to get the tyre installed. If you like this video, please give us a big thumbs up. If you want to see more of our videos, please subscribe. We've just passed the 7,000 subscribers mark. That's amazing, thank you. What would you like to see next? Please comment in the comment section. We're doing a Marathon Plus video, 2 years later. One naked wheel. Before I install my nice shiny wheel, I will also need an inner tube. I will also need an inner tube. I will also need some coordination. So I can slip the band off of it. They're quite useful as hairbands sometimes. I'm now going to let the tyre straddle the wheel. I'm clearly not. And I'm going to line the valve up with the middle of the writing. Hoping we can get it installed before I get soaking wet with the rain.